everyone, and welcome to today's video. You can call me Bryer, and if you read the title, you will know that in today's video, I am going to be painting the cover of my sketchbook. I don't really have an exact idea of what it is that I want to paint on it. However, I have been very inspired by these two artists on Instagram lately. I cannot remember their usernames for the life of me, so I'll just put it up here on screen somewhere. But their artworks are so colorful and vibrant, and I just love the way it looks, and I've been kind of wanting to do something similar. I figured I would just take my Posca pens here and just kind of like scribble all over a page, see what I like, and then do something like that onto the cover of my sketchbook. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so I've just cleared off my area because I didn't want to have a bunch of stuff around because it makes it so much harder to draw, but I just have my sketchbook here. I've got my Posca pens, and I'm just going to go in, draw, really do whatever to just see what I'm able to come up with. I'm going into this like completely, I guess, blind. Kind of feeling some sort of like demon girl. Whenever I see like a non-natural skin tone, my immediate thought is some sort of like monster demon character. I don't know why. Okay, I'm scared this is gonna like completely kill. Okay, well I've got like 2 of these, so I'm not gonna use Posca pens for the final project. That's a definite. I might use it for like some small details. Cute. Oh, I hate that. When I said that I hate that, I hate like how it's not fully filled in, but like I'm too scared to fully fill it in. It's kind of fun because this is my first like very colorful spread in the sketchbook. So far it's just been like pencil drawings of like assignments from art class. Making these sketches too big. I'm not gonna have any room for anything. Clueless on what on earth I'm doing. Try doing like an actual sketch here. What if I did like purple highlights or something? I'm just trying to spice it up, make it more interesting, more colorful. Lights, but with like the same technique. I don't like the highlights as much as the shadows, but I still think it looks really cool. We've gotten somewhere with an artwork that I don't totally hate, and I'm gonna count that as an accomplishment. I'm actually quite happy with how this looks, so I think I might go along with a concept that looks something like that. Like I think I'm gonna move over to this side of the spread and do like a more blown up version, or at least just try and figure out the details, and then I might go with a character that looks like that. I'm just kind of going with the flow and just seeing what works, because that's the kind of mood I'm in. Okay, well, let's get into it, I guess. Okay, since I figured you guys had already seen enough of me preparing for this cover, I just did this clip in time-lapse, so once again, I'm basically just figuring out the final design for the character I wanted to draw. And now I'm actually going through and sketching out the design on the sketchbook, even though you can't really see anything. And finally, we're getting started on the painting, so I'm just first going through with a white base. Because of the color of the sketchbook, I knew it would take quite a few layers to get the color on there, so having that extra layer of white would hopefully help minimize the amount of layers. And actually, before I got started on painting, I went through everything with a yellow Posca pen to outline the skin, just so that I wasn't painting where the hair should be. Yeah, so right now I'm basically just doing the base colors of everything, like I'm doing the base color for the skin and the hair just to get the color down before I tried any details. And honestly, the character design changed up quite a bit from the hair and her clothes. Really, the only thing that stayed the same was the color of her hair and her skin. Although I'm not mad at all about the design changing up, because I do like it a lot better than the original sketch. And now I'm honestly just going through and layering up the paint, and oh my gosh, I wish I had done more layers of white, because this took so much time to just try and layer up the skin so it wasn't so transparent. I'm going through and painting the circles at top, which are supposed to be planets. And as you can see, I had started off with the blue color, but when I realized how close it is to the original sketchbook color, I decided to add some pink to make it purple. And I do bring it back to the blue color, but I ended up changing it so it's more of a teal, cyan, green color, so it doesn't blend in so much with the sketchbook. Then I decided to make the last one yellow just because I needed another color to work with the color scheme, and I didn't want to do pink since it was so close to the planets. However, later on I do add in some orange to the planet so it's not so close to the skin. The hair starts looking a bit magenta-esque because I got a bit of purple mixed onto my brush, but I do make it a lot more pink later on. Also, this clip is about like 90% of my footage where it's literally just me sitting there doing nothing, either because I have a brain fart or I just completely zone out while painting. Also, this video is very much to trust the process, and even though it's not as bad as some previous paintings I've done, it definitely is a lot rougher in the beginning opposed to the final product. And something I've been doing a lot more often with paintings is I love adding little blushes to my characters, so that's what I'm doing right now. I've just added some orange to her ears and her shoulders. I also decided to take that same orange color and very roughly sketch out the details of the face, because the thing I struggle with most while painting is I lose the details of the face, and when I try to paint them on, it just looks bad. And when I say lose, I mean I lose what I had originally drawn in my original sketch, so I'm literally just guessing where like the nose, the eye, and the mouth goes, and it never works out. And taking inspiration from my original drawing, I decided to include this sort of bright purple shading just because it really interested me in my original Posca pen sketches. I thought it looked so cool, and it was very different from the shading I usually do. Definitely doesn't make the most sense, but it's just so vibrant and colorful, and I mean, a girl with like bright yellow skin doesn't really make sense either, so that is not the goal of this art piece. In the beginning, I said how I wasn't going to use Posca pens for like the main part of this artwork, but I still ended up using them quite a bit for the details here and there, like the lips, because it's so much easier than a paintbrush. I'm actually going through and just adding some highlights and shading to the hair to give it more depth and interest and just generally make it look better. Looking back on the footage, I kind of wish I kept the chunkiness of the hair, because later on I blended it in quite a bit, which does look more realistic, but I honestly love the look of the chunkier highlight. And any sort of like sketchbook painting cover is like one of the scariest things to paint, because it's not like any other artwork where you can just toss it to the side if you don't like it. Personally, I bring this sketchbook everywhere, and when I mean everywhere, I mean everywhere, because it's what I draw in when I have nothing else to use. Heck, I even draw in it when I have other supplies. It's just the fear of knowing that there's definitely going to be someone who sees this. Anyways, moving on, I have now started to paint these little horns that I gave her, and while I do think they look nice, looking back on the sketch, they were a lot more wavy and almost like curvy, and I kind of wish I kept them in because it looked a lot more interesting. But yeah, I painted them this teal color, although I do think they get darker later on in the video. That was just the first layer. And right now I'm actually going through and adding little details to the planet, where basically I just go in and add some blurry lines to them, just, I don't know, to add interest, I guess. Now I'm adding little shading to the planets as well. Okay, and can I just say that I am the worst procrastinator when it comes to making videos? Like, I'm literally filming this voiceover the night before I'm supposed to post this. Like, I'm supposed to post this on Saturday at 8 a.m. and it's currently Friday at like 10 p.m. And I cannot stay up late, so my eyes literally twitching from tiredness. I am not exaggerating. I literally felt it just like a minute ago. Moving on, while I was talking, I added some more details to the planets. Like on the biggest one, I added the number 6, because this is my 6th sketchbook, and I also added a little ring around it. And now I'm just using a white Posca pen to add some stars around the sketchbook, just to add to the space theme, and also I thought it'd be cute. I also decided to give the character little pink freckles with a Posca pen. Oh, also, this character literally has no name at all, so if you guys have any suggestions, leave them in the comments down below. Anyways, I'm pretty much done this artwork, so I guess just enjoy the last few moments of this clip. Have it, everybody, the final painting. I'm honestly so happy with how it turned out. I think it looks really cool, and I think I achieved the goal I was going for, which is just something bright, colorful, and fantastical. Honestly, I had so much fun with this because I don't really get a chance to kind of just be out there with colors and do something weird and colorful, so it was definitely a fun chance to experiment with some things. It's definitely a stark contrast from the cover I had done before this one, and I think, well, visually, I like this so much better. I do think that part of me likes the old one just because I had that personal connection to it since it was my persona on the cover, where this is just some random character I just created on the spot. But nonetheless, I really love how it turned out, and it's definitely one of the most unique covers I've done so far for a sketchbook. So afterwards, like off camera, I went through with a matte Mod Podge just so that the cover is protected and I don't have to worry about the paint being peeled off or chipped out or anything like that. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give a big thumbs up and comment down below if you enjoyed this video. So I am halfway to my goal of 500 subscribers by the end of the year, so it would really mean the world to me if you subscribed to help support my channel. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, there will be a couple of videos linked over here for you to check out right after. Anyways, that's all that I have to say for now, so remember to stay weird, and I'll see you guys next time.